Assalamualaikum and Happy New Year to all the audience. This is the video for MSPO and current implementation status, prepared by Wan Amir Fikri, Bewan Zuhari, Amir Ashraf bin Shamsu Amri, and Nazatun Naziha binti Nur Azmi. I hope this video can give you some view about our oil pump plantation industry. We are very glad if you can give your ear and help for the attention in this video. Let's start.
Background of study. Okay, for background of study, MSPO or Malaysian Sustainable Palm Oil was responsible to ensure all farmers and oil palm plantation in Malaysia always follow and not violate all the standards that have been set to protect and conserve the environment. All of this is not only necessary but must be done because there are some who say that the planting of these oil palm trees has given various adverse effects on the environment. Therefore, to deny the prosecution, all farms operating to plant oil palm must obtain certification from the MSPO.
Introduction. Sustainable Palm Oil Certification (MSPO) is a national certification scheme in Malaysia for oil palm plantations, smallholders, and palm oil processing plants. The MSPO certification program, first launched in 2015, is quickly becoming known around the world as one of our initiatives to improve the quality of our palm production. We can see the growth of the human population and demand for the product is focused to increase. As a result, some say that it affected the tropical conservation forest, compromising the biodiversity of some ecosystems and contributing to the destruction of species habitat, causing social conflict between indigenous communities and growers. The European Union (EU) used to ban our palm oil for use in biofuels, as they came out with many issues such as that palm oil cultivation accelerated deforestation and global warming. The MSPO certification covers many aspects of oil palm production, from the field to the final product. Evidently, the oil palm crop can fulfill the large demand for vegetable oils, which is estimated at 240 million tonnes by 2050.
Next, we move to Principle of MSPO. Principle 1, Management Commitment and Responsibility. Principle 2, Transparency. Principle 3, Compliance to Legal Requirements. Principle 4, Social Responsibility, Health, Safety and Employment Conditions. Principle 5, Environment, Natural Resource, Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services. Principle 6, Best Practices. And lastly, Principle 7, Development of New Plantings.
For the first issue is saving wildlife. MSPO needed to be implemented in Malaysia to remove the accuse of wildlife extinction such as the orang-utan. Lack of information that potentially give the bad assumption that our oil palm industry not doing well. It is just because the photo looks like the orang-utan is distressed. There is estimation that the orang-utan population in Borneo declined to 50% since 1999. Large part of the decline is by oil palm development. This some bad perception about oil palm as it seemed like the primary cause of habitat loss. From the lowland forest into oil palm, orangutan and tiger have become the most visible and debated focal for concern over the loss of this unique biodiversity. It will be easier if measures the indigenous people were seeming in social media can portray their harmony life in the forest, but many of these traits have different wants and needs. Usually, the demand is the recognition of their ancestral lands. For the implementation, wildlife can be conserved without negative impact on oil palm as long as they are natural forest fragments. Besides, our sustainable conservation toward wildlife can be a way forward by the stakeholder also working together for a common goal. For example, through YASM Sandarbiz, which they funding about 3.96 million to the program in conservation of the Sunda clouded leopard since 2012. As a result, there are 4 clouded leopards have been collared in order to gather information on their movement and home range. We should look for forest fragments in oil palm landscape as one of the important things in conservation. There is some study made for comparing between of forest fragments and isolated protected forests in terms of richness, which recorded 42 species of birds, 15 species of bats, and 10 species of small mammals in the fragmented forest. It is many, isn't it? In addition, some recorded that there are biological control agents in the fragmented which can help for plantation management itself. Thus, if we protecting forest fragments within the plantation landscapes, it can benefit both plantation sustainability and also biological conservation there. The plantation management also should limit the access into the plantation from any institution to prevent any illegal activities, such as heavily hunted the wild species. From the alternative, it can support and the movement of megafauna such as Malian tiger, tapir, and sun bear.
The issue is independent smallholder. In Malaysia, the smallholders are divided into 2 categories, which is independent smallholder and organized smallholders. So for the independent smallholders are smallholders who work and working on their own oil palm plantation or hiring other individuals to work their oil palm plantations. The commitment from smallholders is important to implement the MSPO. Therefore, attitude towards sustainability certification are burden and costly for them. Plus, the age of smallholders, which is variation in the education level of smallholders and knowledge of market requirements, making it difficult to apply the certification. The implementation towards the independent smallholders issue is establish the Sustainable Palm Oil Cluster SPOC for collect and standardize the agricultural practices of independent smallholders as preparation towards more sustainable palm oil production. To encourage and attract more independent smallholders in Malaysia to be certified with MSPO, the government has created funds amounting 50 million ringgit to assist the initiative. Also, the government provides additional allocation for the purpose of assisting the MSPO certification program for oil palm smallholders. Both funds is managed by Malaysia Palm Oil Board (MPOB). In addition, a briefing session for buyers of fresh food bunch FFB also done, where they were exposed to the needs of the MSPO. This can help FFB buyers understand their role to participate in efforts towards MSPO certification, which in turn provides long-term benefits of revenue to them.
Okay, for the third issue, the last issue was labor shortage. In 2012, it was estimated that the sector was facing a labor shortage of almost 20,000 workers. The highest labor occurred on Peninsular Malaysia was at least 12,500 workers, followed by Sarawak 8,000 and Sabah with 6,000 workers. In addition, the shortage of workers is also due to the lack of local workers working on the farm. Most of those who work in oil palm are foreign workers, either from Indonesia or Bangladesh. Out of the total shortage, 98% were in field works, such as harvesting and fruit collection. These works are the works that face the highest labor shortage. If there is a shortage of workers in the field of fruit harvesting and fruit collection, then the palm oil yield that will be able to be produced is small or reduced from time to time. Employees are the important issue and factor to ensure that the company or a job continues to move. So for the implementation, among the solution to this problem of was to continue and encourage to offer these farm jobs to local workers. They have to accept that the statement because there is no easy works or easy jobs to get results to earn money, even they know that working in plantation sector was a bit harsh. Employers can give them some privilege compared to the foreign worker. For example, employers can provide at least a small amount of allowance or more practical home and work time. The implement to use of machines is also one of the ways to overcome this labor shortage problem. A machine is an appliance that serves to help humans in relieving loads and work. Machine is rarely used and utilized on the farm itself. We usually see and then that the machine are used at the factory, but on the farm is they are rarely used. Okay, for example, the use of machine can carry fruits from trees to transport truck. This to speed up the fruit transaction process. With the use of machinery, the problems and issues of shortage worker will able to be overcome. This is because if we are already have machine that can ease the workload, so the use of workers can also be reduced from time to time.
As conclusion, the MSPO standards were developed through a standard development process with inputs from relevant stakeholders of the oil palm industry to better suit the local requirements. MPOB is working closely with other agencies and organizations to hasten smallholders MSPO certification. With the implementation of MSPO certification for smallholders, there will be part sustainable suppliers of fresh fruit bunches (FFB). That's all from us. Thank you.